As we deal with, come to terms with the challenges facing society and the economy in general, there are also areas where I think technology can play a big role in alleviating some of the socio-economic challenges. One such theme that we have been discussing for a few years is food sustainability, right? Among the various, the various SDGs outlined by the UN. So what could governments and industry, where could they come together and build in, a framework that will actually leverage technology to alleviate some of these challenges?
I think with technology, one can come up with, and one should, and I think there's a lot of work happening already. We're doing work in rural agriculture with large-scale IoT, low-cost IoT, even herd tracking and all of that of animals, weather forecast of when to sow, when to apply fertilizer, how much to do, because those are expensive items for these small farmers. Fertilizer, they spend a lot of money in buying fertilizer or a pesticide or the seed itself. And if you have better weather information, for example, and now you can chop it up into micro areas and with microclimates and provide that, which many countries, even not the New Zealands and the US, but developing countries are doing that. That provides a huge benefit to a rural farmer, right? Who's not kind of going with just old traditional ways of forecasting and, when to sow, when to, kind of apply. And simple things like that with some analytics, I think can have huge benefits.
The blockchain coming into the food supply chain, right? Traceability, those things are so important. So farm to fork, traceability, visibility is definitely, and that's where all technology comes in. This whole coronavirus thing has also been a lesson in sustainability, right? Absolutely. So as that awareness hopefully has increased in all of us, our demand for understanding the source of where it is being produced, how it is being produced, who is producing them, what is their living condition, is becoming extremely important. So, and technology can really help there.
One of the biggest challenges in the food, from farm to fork, as they say, one of the biggest challenges is a broken supply chain. And if you can fix that, you can alleviate a whole bunch of issues relating to hunger in the world.
Products have been there, the demand has been there, but that connection has been missed. And we've had to rebuild those connections. And some of the platforms we exist, like for example, Facebook, connecting farmers who are offering their products, saying, hi, I've got some perfectly good, meat and we're butchering it, but we need to get it to people, and recreating those networks. Is it feasible in the long term? No, in terms of just the volumes, but you're seeing a connectivity created by technology where people are starting to realize now where their food is produced. Not just by country origin, but also getting in touch with the people who are doing the production.
See, what happens for many of the food products is that while cargo freights take food sometimes, but also it goes with passengers. Now, when this COVID came, New Zealand, as you expect your meat and dairy to come from New Zealand, many in the world do, right? So the shipments from New Zealand carrying meat and dairy now we're not finding the flights because the flights did not have passengers. So what the New Zealand Trade Minister did was he said that, look, I will fund the airlines for the missed passenger fares. Send those flights out so that the export revenue of New Zealand is not impacted. And that's such a great example of making sure that the government is intervening at the right stage to make this a sustainable venture. It is not sustainable in the long run, obviously, but then we're not talking about a crisis which is going to be in the long run. So one of the good things in this crisis has been that our food supply chains have sustained themselves. We have not, the crisis for food has mainly been in our minds, but not in terms of physical stock availability, right? The main stock unavailability has been in terms of toilet papers.